It's a new day and a new era in the United Kingdom. We're looking live now as crowds gather to pay tribute by the Buckingham Palace after the passing of Queen Elizabeth II.
The Queen died peacefully at Balmoral Castle, the royal estate in Scotland where she'd been on summer break. It's a historic morning here on Daybreak. I'm Eugene Daniel.
And I'm Ashley Smith. Crowds gathered again, as you just saw, outside of the palace, holding vigil in the rain. And that simple yet powerful image, the notice posted to the palace gate, telling the world that the Queen had passed away.
Just 48 hours ago, she honored her last official duty, greeting Britain's new Prime Minister, Liz Truss. The palace releasing a statement from the new King, Charles III, saying in part, her loss will be deeply felt throughout the country, the realms, and the Commonwealth.
Now, even though the Queen lived and ruled an ocean away, the loss is felt throughout the country and, of course, right here in Virginia. Flags across the Commonwealth will remain at half-staff in her honor until she's laid to rest. Yeah, Governor Glenn Youngkin issued that order yesterday. The Queen visited the Commonwealth on multiple occasions. The most recent was in 2007. And Casey Baylor joins us live from Jamestown Settlement. And Casey, Queen Elizabeth II visited both Jamestown and Williamsburg about 15 years ago.
And Eugene, even before that trip in 2007, she once before came to Virginia in 1957 to commemorate the 350th anniversary of the Jamestown settlement where we're standing today. Then fast forward 50 years later, Queen Elizabeth made the trip back to the Jamestown settlement to commemorate its 400th anniversary. She even toured Jamestown Island and visited the restored Governor's Palace in colonial Williamsburg. Now that trip came weeks after the tragedy at Virginia Tech, where a gunman shot and killed 32 students and faculty on campus. Senator Tim Kaine says he remembers her trip here when he served as governor.
It was a magical visit. One of the things I most remember about the Queen was just how gracious she was in interacting with pedestrians and folks who came out to see her. And she specifically asked if she could meet with family members who had been affected by that shooting.
And several people reacted to her death yesterday, including Governor Glenn Youngkin. In a tweet, he said, quote, "We sadly mourn the loss of a transcendent leader, and her consistent tenderness for the Commonwealth and Virginians will never be forgotten." We're live here at the Jamestown Settlement. I'm Casey Baylor for 13 News Now.
All right, thank you, Casey. Back in 1993, King Charles III visited Hampton Roads when he was Prince. He went to William and Mary for its 300th Charter Day. Charles was given an honorary fellowship during that ceremony. The world reacting this morning, and Bethany's here with how this story is playing out in the UK.
Well, Eugene, I want to start with London's newspaper of record, The Times. A photo of the Queen from her 1953 coronation alongside the words, "A life in service," was their headline for all of this. The Daily Mail coming in with this beautiful picture and portrait of Queen Elizabeth with the sentiment that so many Britons are feeling this morning: our hearts are broken. And then the Mirror with the Queen's iconic profile. No headline here, just one message: thank you. And the Sun, known for its more crazy headlines if you're heading out, carrying this message: we loved you, ma'am. Just a simple honor of appreciation for her. Ashley.
Thank you, Bethany. Now, many of us are wondering, what is next? Well, the British government calls it Operation London Bridge. Right after we wrap up on Daybreak, the bells will ring across the United Kingdom. And then at 10 o'clock this morning is the service of Thanksgiving. That's where leaders will express gratitude for Her Majesty's reign. And then at 1 p.m., a 96-gun salute for the late Queen. Now, later today, her son, King Charles III, will make his first TV address. Charles is expected to return to London today as the country goes into mourning. Britain's new Prime Minister already taking to the airwaves.
Our country has grown and flourished under her reign. Britain is the great country it is today because of her.
For British monarchs, there's a 10-day mourning period. During the first week, the Queen's body will be brought from Scotland to the Buckingham Palace. Her funeral service will be on the 10th day. Our coverage of Queen Elizabeth's death and legacy continues throughout daybreak and 24/7 on our website and our app. That's free in the App Store and on Google Play.